Okay, it's Monday morning. I've got an hour free, so I want to try and shed some light on how to have a life when you're on a diet, because too many people seem to think that to lose body fat you need to live out of Tupperware and you can't go out and enjoy yourself, and it's all about cutting everything out of your diet and not drinking alcohol and not having fun with your friends. And to me, that's just not fucking on. That's bullshit. So I want to try and do a real quick short video on how to incorporate them things into your lifestyle and to keep losing body fat, so it becomes a sustainable way of losing body fat and getting in shape. Because at the end of the day, it's about enjoying your life while you're doing this, and if you can't do that, then it's always going to come to a point where the diet's going to fail long term. Because unless you become like a social recluse and someone who hasn't got any friends and someone who doesn't have fun apart from eating the way they think they need to eat to get in shape, it just never really works out how they want it to. So for example, I spent a time last year, I isolated myself from the world, and I did a show, I did preparation for a show, I did a contest, and I basically didn't go out for 12 weeks. I didn't drink alcohol, I didn't go out for a meal, apart from on maybe 2 occasions, and even then I was like mindful of what I was eating, and it was like an awkward environment to be in, and I wasn't a good person to be around. Like, I enjoyed the whole preparation, but I enjoyed the idea of getting ready for a show, because every day I was accomplishing a goal of doing what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be, and my confidence went up as a result of it. But then after that show, fuck me, it was like depression. So I went from doing something every day that I was working towards, and all of a sudden it disappeared, and so did my life in the whole process, because I didn't fucking have one the whole time that I was doing it. I was just eating out of my Tupperware, doing my cardio in the morning, doing my training. I was obviously working still, but that dropped off because all my focus was on me and not on what I was doing. Like, it's not the way to do things. Like, if anyone tells you that you need to eat out of Tupperware and you need to do cardio 6 days a week, and it isn't the way to lose body fat. It's a quick, short-term way to get in incredible shape, but long-term, it's certainly not a solution. Like, yeah, you can get your way into shape really fast and build a strategy out of it, but it's fucking tough to do that. And so if anyone's trying to sell you like these shortcut programs like I am at the moment, I'm not selling it to anyone, because I'm not trying to fucking sell it. Like, these 33 days are for me just to get back in shape so I can actually look like a personal trainer once again. But like, it's not what dieting's about. It's not about eating the same fucking food every single day and being a gym rat. Like, we get in shape so we can be more confident, so we can lead a better lifestyle. Not we don't get in shape to not live a life. So that's what I want people to try and remember. So at the weekend, when your mate's going for a beer, go for a beer. But yeah, you can make a better option. You can choose to maybe have a beer with less calories and no one will know about it, but at least you're still having a fucking beer, and you're not sat at home on the sofa thinking, I wish I had fucking friends. Oh wait, I used to, but then I've become a fucking gym douchebag who doesn't see his friends. Like, so I was that person last year, and this year I'm not being that person. So this are people messaging me saying, oh, I thought you was on a 33-day challenge. How are you going out for beers at the weekend? Or why? I'm like, because I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm trying to live my life and get in shape. And yes, guess what? It's working, and it is possible. And I can still have fun with my friends, and I can still go out for a meal with my girlfriend and have some sweets in the fucking cinema without everyone being like, oh my God, you can't do that. You're on a diet. Like, the minute you draw attention to yourself being on a diet is the minute your diet becomes unsustainable, because then you got no life. What's the point? So for example, if you're going onto a diet, the last thing you should do is draw attention to yourself and say, oh, I'm on a diet, I can't eat that. Because all of a sudden, people put pressure on you, and if you fail, guess what? Oh look, Jimmy's failed again. For me, it's a little bit different, because I dieted last year and I got in shape. So no one can say to me that I failed. So I can say, yeah, I'm eating this, and then people will be like, oh, fair enough, he does get fucking ripped. But then, at what cost? He ain't got a fucking life while he gets ripped, but if he's going to do it, fair play. That's what my mates used to say to me. They'd be like, fair play, he gets in unreal shape, but fuck that. And now I agree, so I'm going to get in unreal shape this time round, but not at the expense of losing my mates and not having fun, because that, for me, isn't sustainable long term. And I would much rather have some fucking fun with my friends and get in shape, and maybe not be quite as fucking dialed as last time, but still have a life as well. And then at the end of my show, I'm not going to binge for 6 weeks, just like everyone else does at the end of a diet. I'm not going to binge. So then I'm not going to fucking fall out of shape and have to do it all over again, because I've learnt from what I've done last time. I don't want to do things that way again. So I don't want you to do it that way either. So my advice would be to still have fucking fun at the weekend. So this is going to almost be contradictory to a post I'm going to put on Facebook this week about not to mess up your diet by eating like a twat and drinking like a twat at the weekend. But it's called balance, and balance is subjective to everyone. So your balance is different to my balance. But for me, where I'm at in my life right now, I want to be able to have fun in every single area of my life. So I love running my business. I love going out with my mates. I love taking my girlfriend out with my dog. Look, these are the things that I enjoy doing, so I'm going to make sure I do all of them rather than just be one-dimensional like I was last year. It was all gym, all eating. That's all I thought about, because I was chasing a trophy that at the end of the day wouldn't have changed my life at all. So I have nothing against people who chase trophies and try and become professionals. I've nothing against that, because that once upon a time was what I was working towards. But now that isn't one of my goals. My goal is just to be more well-rounded. Like, I've been talking to my phone for 6 minutes now and it's getting a bit long, but I just want people to encourage people to not make their diet a chore, but make their lifestyle enjoyable. But just be clever with what you're doing, because obviously we know what the secret is to fat loss. It's a calorie deficit. So at the weekend, just don't overeat too much. If you're going to go for a meal, make a better decision what you're going to have. Or if you're going to go for a meal and eat, like, there's always a way to bring yourself into a deficit. And if you're in a deficit for maybe just 5 days of the week, at the weekend, come out of your deficit, eat a little bit more, increase your caloric intake, or put a session in to try and. There's loads of ways around it. Just don't put down 8,000 calories on Saturday and Sunday, because then you are going to stall. But there's no reason why you can't have fun. But just be clever about it, because you can go out and get absolutely fucking shit-faced on 400 calories. You just need to drink drinks that are a lot more caloric friendly than a pint of Stella or like a bottle of Prosecco. If you had like a vodka Diet Coke all night, you wouldn't get nowhere near as many calories, but you probably get twice as shit-faced. So happy days. And if you're going for a meal, choose something that isn't. Don't have a fucking chicken salad, because that's just boring. And then everyone's gonna think, oh, he's on a diet again, and you're gonna make the whole environment boring. But have something that isn't a fucking pizza, because that's 4,000 calories. Or if you're gonna have a pizza, incorporate it into your whole week's caloric intake. And this is doable as well. And I'm gonna try and do as much videos as I can on how to incorporate having a life into a diet, because too many people get this bit wrong. And this is what I want to try and make this channel all about. But hopefully this video helps. I'm probably going to cut it down a little bit because it's fucking long. But yeah, make sure you make your diet enjoyable Monday to fucking Sunday, not just at the weekend. Because if your diet's boring on Monday to Friday, you're going to binge all weekend anyway, so it's not worth doing. So make your diet better in the week, and I guarantee at weekend you don't binge half as much. And when you do go out with your friends, have a good time and don't draw attention to yourself being on a diet. And I guarantee your diet lasts longer than it will or has done previously. It just will, and it will actually fucking work longer as well. And there isn't like a shelf life on it. It will just keep working because you enjoy it and you like following it. So it's not even like you're on a diet, you're on a lifestyle change. And this is what we want to try and encourage people to do. I'm out. this bad boy, protein cheese. And the macros are crazy. So per 100 grams, we've got 37 grams of protein, next to no carbs, and only 3 grams of fat. Now I've not tasted this yet, but I'm about to whack them up. Take a look at this on some of these meatballs, which unfortunately aren't zero fat. But we're going to have some meatballs, some protein cheese, some spinach, and some broccoli. So, taste test. Protein cheese. Just grated some up. That is definitely not cheese. They're mugging us off. That's not cheese. So, just try to make this dinner look a little more impressive. So yeah, Elle's not feeling very well, so I thought I'd make her dinner for make her feel better. And I've just gone and checked, and it would seem I have no carbs left to play with. So I'm making her some meatballs. Can't really get a good light here. Some meatballs with some protein cheese and some greens. She's not going to be impressed, is she? See, normally we eat separately anyway, but I thought, you know, be a good boyfriend, make her something to eat while she's on the sofa not feeling very well. And well, yeah, what I should do is make her some carbs, but should I make her some carbs? I'll see how she responds to this first, shall I? I am such a bad boyfriend. See, I reckon, if you went to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant and you come out with that, you'd be buzzing. You'd be happy with that, wouldn't you? She's got to be happy with that, hasn't she? Now, I'm not going to take the camera in there to obviously show her the food, because I think she's going to like it anyway, you know, because it looks really good, and she's not very well, so I don't think she'll be very keen on me taking the camera in there. I'm sure she's going to like it. I'll let you know anyway. She's not impressed. She's not impressed at all. The thing is, like, there's no carbs there, but she ain't moved the sofa all day, so she don't need any carbs, does she? Guess what? She liked it. Of course she fucking liked it. What a good cook I am. What a good cook. But this does lead me on to a subject that I do want to quickly talk about, and that's when you're on, like, we're going to call this a lifestyle change, because it isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle change, but we are practically eating to improve our body shape, which is what everyone wants to do, right? We're eating to either lose weight or build muscle, or to tone up and get leaner. And people around you are going to get involved in this, because you're eating in a certain way. People are going to be like, what are you doing? Or your boyfriend or your girlfriend are going to be like, hang on a minute, can we have a spag bowl tonight with all the extras, you know, and a bit of garlic bread? And you're like, can't fit it in my macros, mate. Now, this is where you need to remember, you need to have a life as well as do this diet. So this is down to you to make decisions on a daily basis whether you're going to eat the spag bowl or whether you're going to eat such and such. But what you need to make sure of is the people around you support you and understand what you're doing. And secondly, you don't act like a dick and be like, oh, I've run out of carbs, I can't function tonight, don't speak to me. Like, don't be a prick. So you're going to run into, every day you're going to learn about this diet and how it works and how to track food and how much is in each food, and you're going to learn fucking every single day about yourself as well, because this is like self-discipline, and this discipline of doing something every single day will not only make you a hell of a lot leaner, but you're going to improve the ability to get shit done. And it sounds stupid, but following a diet can lead, and following a training plan and like working towards a body transformation and doing things every fucking day and being consistent and executing, that can then mirror in other areas of your life, you know. So as your confidence builds from doing this, all of a sudden you'll start performing better at work, and all of a sudden you'll become a lot more of a successful, more rounded person, because you can actually get shit done. So that's just discipline and being consistent. That in any area of your life is gonna see improvements.
But I've gone off on a tangent, shock. But yeah, but just don't draw attention to yourself on a diet, and make sure you make your food enjoyable, and just enjoy the whole process, and don't bring other people into it in a negative way, because it's not fair on them and it's not fair on you. So make your life easier by, one, planning ahead, because this normally helps, and two, just relax. And like, if you mess up one meal, it's not the end of the world. It honestly isn't. So just bear that in mind next time you're thinking about, or whenever, I don't know, whenever you might go over on carbs, or whenever you might go over on calories by 400 calories. Like, no one gives a fuck. Just get back on it after the next meal. You can fix that quite easily. So don't be an arsehole. Just don't be an arsehole. Like I'm being a bit of an arsehole now by talking too much, making you watch me just rant on. So I'm gonna stop. But yeah, behave yourself. Behave.